Hey guys, we're out and about doing another community spotlight, and today we are spotlighting Broadway Pet Clinic on Broadway in Long Beach. Selena's going to be interviewing Chelsea, the office manager, going to list the hours, days, services, all that good stuff, and then she's going to interview Dr. Sam, the guy that takes care of all of our furry pets, including mine.
My name is Chelsea. I help run and manage Broadway Pet Clinic. I've been working here for 2.5 years. I slowly worked my way up from kennel technician, and now I'm pretty much involved in all aspects of the clinic, reception, technician work, inventory, so I do everything. Some of the service we offer here, I know it seems like a small place, but we actually offer a wide variety of services. We have a fully stocked pharmacy. We also have an x-ray machine in the back. Doctor is able to get into contact with board certified radiologists. He's also able to do ultrasounds by appointment. We also have an in-house blood machine where we're able to check CBC levels and chemistry in case of any emergencies. So we're pretty well-rounded as far as our services go. Broadway Pet Clinic is open Monday through Saturday. We open at 9 a.m. and the only days that the doctor is not available is Wednesdays and Sundays. But you can always call on Wednesdays and we're able to get in touch with him. If you'd like to call and make an appointment, phone number here is 562-432-1413.
Hello. So, hi, how are you? Thank you so much, Dr. Sam, for taking time out of your day to meet with us, Fleas Group, to discuss National Bring Your Dog to Work Day and how to care for our fur babies during the summer months. So to start off with some personal questions, how long have you practiced veterinary care?
Well, I graduated in 2002 and been practicing veterinary medicine ever since, so say 15 years. 15 years?
Oh, that's quite a while now. How long have you been here at Broadway Pet Clinic?
This is our 4th year. So nice. I've been here this is my 4th year, but the clinic has been here for, I think, 10 years.
Oh, so it's been a part of the Long Beach community for a while, yeah. And I'm sure they're glad to have you on. So now we want to get a bit of information on how to best care for our pets during the summer months. So as we all know, it's really hot here in Los Angeles during the summer months. It can get into the hundreds. So how would you say is okay to take our dogs outside? When it's too hot to take your dog for a walk?
Well, when it's in the hundreds, and if you have a dog that's one of the ice breeds, then I would stay indoor if I can. The other thing is to watch for, especially the asphalt. If you have a dog that walks, because you have a Chihuahua, sometimes they don't touch the floor. Yeah. If you have a dog that does touch the ground, and you will have him walking on the asphalt, you can touch the asphalt, and if it's too hot for you, if it burns you, hopefully don't stay that long so it does not burn you, then it would burn your dog's paws. That's the way I would measure it. And if the paws burn, they can actually get an injury from walking on really hot asphalt. So just gauge it with your own hand.
Okay, great, thank you. And a lot of people actually like to dress their dogs in clothes, and during the summer months, I know some of the pet stores have even come out with their summer line of clothes, little dresses and tanks for dogs. Do you recommend that? Do you think dogs should ever wear clothes, whether it's hot or cold? What is your opinion on the matter?
Well, my opinion is that owners know their dogs best, so whatever you have seen your pet doing well with on the not so hot but warm months, then usually that's safe to use in temperatures that are in the 80s. What we want to avoid is trying a new piece of clothes on the pet when it's 90 or 100, so don't do that. When I say something that you know is safe for your dog, is something that does not cause your dog to overheat. You can tell the dog is overheating when the spend for no reason. That's the equivalent of sweating. So if he's spending all the time, then that means that he's really hot. So I would get whatever I was using on my pet when it was in the 80s, and the dog was not painting, was not doing anything, just acting himself, then they know that that's safe. And then if I have to go out with him when it's hot, then I would use that, but not get something that's totally new and try it when it's again in the 90s. Then you don't know what you're gonna get.
It's understandable. So learning how to read your dog and knowing the weather of the day. And in the summer months, we know fleas are rampant. Do you have any recommendations for proactive strategies to combat flea season for our pets?
Now, a couple of things about the fleas is, first, the main source of fleas is cats.
Oh.
Fleas really like cats. So if you have a cat, you need to keep the cat more than the dog on flea medication once a month, whether you see the fleas or not. The other thing about flea control is strong as the weakest link. Mm-hmm. And the weakest link is if I have an animal in a multiple animal household that's not on flea protection, then the fleas will take shelter in that animal that's not on any protection, and then once the other animals who are on protection have any lapse, then they'll jump from the one that's not treated to the one that is treated. The other thing is most of your fleas actually are in the environment. So if I treat all the pets for 3 months, the pets will be like the flea executioner. So you don't need to specifically treat the environment. The fleas will jump from the environment onto the pet. They need the blood meal. And once they are on the pet, if the pet is on treatment, they're going to die. So if I have one pet that's not treated in a multiple household, this pet helps keep the cycle alive. Whereas if everyone is treated, then the cycle will go away, will be broken.
Yeah, so that's understandable. Do you recommend flea collar, drops, oral medication?
For cats, I recommend a flea product, topical, by a reputable producer. Somebody that you've heard of, and probably your mom and dad have heard of.
Yeah.
Pills are good for cats, but there's not lots of them that are available. And the other thing is, lots of our clients have a really hard time pilling the cat.
It's a little difficult. I'm a dog person, so.
Well, for dogs, the pills are very good. The pills, as opposed to cats, we have a variety. Now, one word of warning, that's very important. Not ever apply anything, especially flea medication. It's made for a dog on a cat. Don't do that. For dogs, the market is actually full of really good products, and I prefer pill form for the dog, because when you give him the pill, you know that he got the full dose. The other thing is, if the dog's got some allergy, then they're likely to try to rub their skin against stuff. Mm-hmm. And if they do that, then they're going to wipe out the flea medication.
Thank you so much for all that advice. Is there any other advice you can give for the summer season that we may not have thought of?
One thing that I think we've mentioned off camera is something called foxtail. I don't know if everyone is familiar with that. That's one of the things that we see a lot, and I've seen that here, I've seen it in San Diego. And
so foxtails are the plants with the big bushy tail, kind of looks like a fox tail. That's why they're called that. Yeah.
Yes, and now the foxtail, when it's green, it's not dangerous. Once the summer hits and then it dries out and becomes a thorn, like hay, then it becomes dangerous. What I would do to avoid that in the summer is, if you have a small dog, be careful about letting him just dig his nose into bushes. That's where usually they would find the foxtail. The other thing is, if you don't know what they are, look it up, and then if you have it in your yard, just clean the yard of them. And also, when you take your dog to a groomer, especially poodle-like dogs or poodle mixes.
Furry dogs.
Yes.
Okay.
Have the groomer clip around the ear entrance. If the dog has some hair that's coming from its ear to the outside, then have the groomer pull that out. The reason is foxtail sticks to the hair. Once it sticks to the hair, then it gains entrance to the ear. And the same thing around the paws too. Have the groomer clip around the paws. That will help prevent the trapping of the foxtail between the toes, and that's where it gains entry to the body. So have them clip the entry points, which are the paws and around the ears.
Friday is actually National Bring Your Dog to Work Day. Do you have any recommendations on how to prepare our pets for a full day of work?
Well, the pet is usually always prepared. The problem that you would see is workmates, humans. People like to feed pets, especially if you have a really cute pet, especially if it's a small pet. Now, the main danger is high-fat content food like a burger. The puppy will really want to eat the food, and the human will give it the food, and then we can end up with something like pancreatitis. That's pretty serious. Other things are toxicities. You can have toxicities with raisins. You can have toxicities with chocolate. And these are desserts, and humans want to be nice to the dog, especially if you have a smaller dog. Smaller dogs take less of any substance to reach toxic levels. So be careful with that. Raisins, chocolate, and another one is called xylitol. Xylitol is a low-calorie sweetener. It's usually in low-calorie gum. Okay? So these things are really worrisome when you have a pet at work. So just make sure that your coworkers do not feed your pet. I would say bring some of your own treats, and then if the person wants to make friends with the puppy, then you can give them the treats that the puppy is used to, and then they can feed him.
Great, so it's less preparing your pet and more preparing your coworkers day of. And lastly, the most important question, do you have any fur babies of your own?
Well, everyone's pets are my own. I have lots of favorite pets here. One of them is called Buddy, and he's a really small dog. You met him out there. And also we see lots of bunnies, and I really like them. So Frenchies are also some of my favorites, and I have lots of them here.
So you have lots of fur friends here.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, well, thank you so much for interviewing with us, and hopefully our audience has learned a lot about how to take care of their pets over the summer.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
You can find us online at broadwaypetclinic.com.